Nobody taught you how invisible hunger looks, not the dramatic, hollow-cheeked kind from a charity poster. The kind designed to make you reach for your phone and donate $5 and feel finished with it. The real kind, the kind that walks past you every single morning on the way to your car. A man sitting on a curb outside a gas station, eating something cold out of a pull tab can with no spoon and no shame. Because shame is a luxury that hunger burns through fast. You have seen it. You have looked away. You told yourself there was nothing you needed to understand, but what is actually in that can and the 25 other things keeping that man alive on those streets every single day, that is a story nobody has bothered to tell with any real honesty. Not the shelters, not the news cameras, nobody. Until right now. Picture this, a man who knows this city better than the mayor does. He knows which Panera throws out bagels at 8:15 in the evening, which gas station has free hot water running from the coffee machine station all night long, which park bench sits inside the only real patch of afternoon sun in a 6-block radius when winter comes and the wind drops the temperature to something dangerous. He knows which strip of overgrown grass along the chain-link fence grows lamb's quarters, a leafy green so dense with vitamins A and C, calcium and iron that it quietly shames the wilting spinach sitting in the crisper drawer of your refrigerator right now. He wakes up every single morning with nothing in his pocket, and by noon, he has eaten. Not well, but enough to keep his heart beating and his legs moving. He is solving a logistics problem every single day that most people could not crack with a full wallet and a stocked kitchen. His name does not matter to this story. What he knows does. And here is where it gets uncomfortable. What he knows is a masterclass in survival that the comfortable world has refused to see. So before we go any further, I want to ask you something directly. Have you ever actually stopped and thought hard about what it physically means to feed yourself with no stove, no refrigerator, no kitchen, no address, and sometimes no dollar? Drop your answer in the comments right now, because what you are about to discover will completely change the way you see the man on that curb, the pull tab can in his hand, and the system that engineered the situation he is surviving inside. Let's tear down what we think we know first. We think homeless people eat garbage. We think they survive on whatever handouts drift their way. We assume hungry enough means grateful enough, and that the whole story begins and ends with charity and personal failure. That entire framework is wrong, because researchers who actually studied this, published in BMC Public Health, indexed by the CDC, documented in population-based studies of hundreds of unhoused adults, found something that should stop you cold. The problem is almost never the quantity of food. It is the quality. As one Berkeley Street resident put it plainly to local journalists, "You cannot starve here." Every Saturday, he said, groups come out and feed us. They call it Fat Saturday. The calories exist, they are out there, but the nutrition is not. And that gap, the chasm between caloric sufficiency and actual cellular nourishment, is where bodies break down slowly, invisibly, silently over months and years. Diabetes, hypertension, heart failure, organ damage from chronic vitamin deficiency, all while people on the outside assume that the only problem worth solving is whether a man is hungry today. Here is where it gets worse. 39% of homeless adults in the United States are obese. CDC documented research, 39%. And before your brain attaches any kind of moral story to that number, you need to understand the mechanism. Researchers call it the hunger-obesity paradox. The cheapest, most accessible, most consistently available foods on the street mean maximum calories with minimum nutrition. They are full of sodium, saturated fat, and simple refined carbohydrates with almost no fiber and almost no micronutrients. Your body gains weight on that diet even as it simultaneously starves at the cellular level for everything it actually needs to function. Muscles waste, bones weaken, the immune system frays. This is not a character flaw. This is not laziness or poor choices. This is biology responding to its environment exactly as designed. This is what happens when the only thing within reach costs Adelor and arrives in a foil bag. Now let's name the villain, clearly, because it is not the man on the curb. It is the system that built the curb, positioned him on it, and then surrounded him with convenience stores and dollar menus, while stripping away every piece of infrastructure that would have allowed him to cook a real meal. The National Alliance to End Homelessness documents that Black Americans make up nearly 40% of the homeless population, while comprising just 13% of the general population. They are 5 times more likely to experience homelessness than white Americans. The Hope Home Study, a rigorous population-based study of 350 homeless adults aged 50 and older in Oakland, California, the majority of whom were male and African American, found that 55% met formal clinical criteria for food insecurity. More than half. A 2025 PubMed study examining structural racism and homelessness confirmed what food justice advocates have argued for generations. The pipeline runs directly from redlining and housing discrimination through food deserts, through mass incarceration, and straight into homelessness. The USDA's own data shows Black households experience food insecurity at roughly 2.5 times the rate of white households nationally. This system was not accidentally arranged this way, it was deliberately constructed this way, layer by layer, policy by policy, decade by decade. And then, when the damage was complete, the system turned around, looked at the wreckage it created, and called it a personal failure. You are not looking at personal failure when you see that man outside the gas station. You are looking at the accumulated consequence of 60 years of deliberate structural decisions. He is surviving it anyway, every single day, with 25 foods. Let's get into what that survival actually looks like. Number 1 is peanut butter. It is the single most requested item at food banks across the entire country, according to Move for Hunger, and the reason is pure survival mathematics. A $2 jar contains roughly 2,600 calories, substantial protein, and enough fat to blunt the worst hunger. It requires no preparation and no refrigeration. You eat it with your finger if you have to. It is the most calorie-efficient survival food available at any price point. Number 2 is white bread. A loaf costs less than $2 and it delivers up to 2,600 calories. Combine it with peanut butter and you have a complete survival meal that requires no infrastructure whatsoever. No heat, no water, no equipment, nothing. Number 3 is ramen noodles. They cost 20 cents a packet, 380 calories. Here is the move that men experienced on the street have systematically figured out. Free hot water from the coffee station at any gas station transforms ramen from a dry brick into a hot, warming meal. You do not buy the coffee. You use the infrastructure that is already sitting there, available, free, and ignored by everyone who does not need it. Number 4 is canned chili with a pop-top lid. 400 to 500 calories per can. Protein from the beans, some iron, and you eat it cold, straight from the can. No can opener needed, no heating required. Survivable. And for a man making survival calculations every few hours, survival is the goal. Number 5 is canned Vienna sausages with a pull tab lid. 260 calories, 5 grams of protein per serving, small enough to disappear into any jacket pocket, a food engineered almost accidentally to be exactly what this situation demands. Number 6 is Chef Boyardee ravioli in a pop-top can, a staple in many street survival stories. This is the food that appears most consistently in first-person accounts from men who have lived this life. It requires nothing, and it carries enough calories to keep the legs moving. Nobody who has not needed it understands how much psychological weight a familiar, filling thing provides when everything else is uncertain. Number 7 is Spam. One can contains over 1,000 calories. Dollar Tree carries it, eaten cold from the can, wrapped in a tortilla, spread on bread, or eaten alone. It is dense, shelf-stable, portable, and completely reliable. It is survival protein at dollar store prices. Number 8 is tuna pouches, not cans. Pouches specifically. No can opener. Pull the tab and eat directly. Lean protein and omega-3 fatty acids that the rest of the street diet almost never provides. This is the closest thing to genuine whole food nutrition that physically fits inside a coat pocket. Number 9 is peanut butter crackers. Lance 6 packs from any dollar store. Each pack has roughly 300 calories. Fat, protein, and carbohydrates come together inside a sealed foil wrapper. No preparation is required. A complete small meal that travels silently and requires nothing from its environment. Number 10 is granola bars. They arrive in donation bags constantly. They travel without complaint. They can last weeks, and they deliver a fast glucose hit when the body is burning its last reserves between real meals. They are not nutritionally complete by any measure, but they are critically useful in the gap. Number 11 is instant oatmeal packets. Free hot water from the gas station coffee machine transforms these packets into a hot, filling breakfast that carries a man through the coldest part of the morning. Researchers who have studied homeless nutrition consistently identify access to hot water, not a kitchen, not even a stove, as the single most transformative resource available to someone eating on the street. Number 12 is tortillas. Flour tortillas can last multiple days at room temperature without refrigeration. They wrap anything: peanut butter, a tuna pouch, Vienna sausages, and fast food condiment packets collected from the trash receptacle at Taco Bell. They fold flat. They travel invisibly. Berkeley journalists who documented street eating patterns found tortillas cited specifically and repeatedly as a daily staple. Number 13 is beef jerky. High protein, completely shelf-stable, requires nothing. The calorie per dollar ratio is not the strongest on this list, but the protein density supplements an otherwise almost entirely carbohydrate-dominated street diet in ways that make a real physiological difference over time. Number 14 is trail mix. It shows up in donation bags and dollar store aisles year-round. Nuts, dried fruit, sometimes chocolate. The fat-to-protein ratio is genuinely better than almost any other convenience food available at this price. It travels, it lasts, it requires nothing from the world around it. Number 15 is instant mashed potatoes. Hot water from the gas station, a stir with any available implement, 30 seconds. A packet costs under $1. Calorie-dense, warm, filling, and psychologically comforting in a way that cold food from a can cannot replicate. Number 16 is Little Caesars Hot and Ready Pizza, $5.30, roughly 2,240 calories, approximately 420 calories per dollar, documented in calorie per dollar analysis as one of the strongest values in American fast food. This is not incidental knowledge on the street. Men who do this math for real know this number. It gets passed along. Number 17 is the McDouble. It has roughly 400 calories, 19 grams of protein, and costs under $2. When $3 is all that stands between today and tomorrow, the McDouble math is one of the calculations that keeps someone upright and moving. Number 18 is donated Panera bagels. Panera operates a documented end-of-day donation program. Men who understand the schedule know that street survival is fundamentally about schedules, routes, and timing. They position themselves at the right location at the right time and walk away with bags of bread and pastries that cost nothing and provide real calories for the next day. Number 19 is Starbucks end-of-day food, unsold sandwiches, protein boxes, salads, and sometimes actual fruit. Civil Eats documented this as a consistent food source for urban unhoused populations across multiple cities. If you know which location and what time, you eat a nutritionally complete meal at zero cost. The knowledge is the currency. Number 20 is farmers market closeout produce. Vendors who cannot transport unsold inventory give it away rather than haul it back. Apples, oranges, potatoes, onions, and leafy greens. This is the primary mechanism by which any real, whole food nutrition, the vitamins, minerals, and fiber completely absent from the rest of this list, actually enters the diet of a man eating on the street. Number 21 is dandelion greens. This requires a different category of knowledge. The knowledge that the plant everyone poisons and pulls from their lawn is fully edible from root to flower, and it grows in every city on the continent. The leaves carry vitamins A, C, and K. The flowers are edible. Berkeley journalism documented men who knew this and ate fresh greens from vacant lots and park edges that every housed person walked past without a second glance. Number 22 is lamb's quarters. It is perhaps the most nutrient-rich free food growing openly in American cities. It appears in vacant lots, along fence lines, in disturbed soil, wherever human activity has broken ground. The leaves are dense with vitamins A and C, calcium, and iron, the precise nutrients most absent from many other items on this list. The United States Department of Agriculture Forest Service has documented urban foraging as a sustained year-round practice among low-income urban populations nationwide. Number 23 is mulberries and service berries. Both trees are planted throughout urban parks and municipal streetscapes from Minneapolis to Atlanta. Purely for ornamental purposes, their fruit is completely edible and nutritionally significant. In summer, service berries, sweeter than blueberries and rich in antioxidants, drop by the thousands from park plantings. Mulberries stain the sidewalk purple, and nobody picks them up. Nobody except the people who need to. Number 24 is hackberries. This is deep, hard-won street knowledge. Hackberry trees are among the most abundant urban trees in North America, and their small, dark fruits, which taste like a cross between a fig and a date, dry on the branch and hold there through winter when almost everything else is gone. University nutritional analyses have found hackberries to be genuinely calorie-dense, with meaningful fat and carbohydrate content. They are available in the dead of winter when the donation bags slow down and the farmers' markets are closed. Most people cannot identify the tree standing 10 feet from them. Number 25 is community fridge food. These are outdoor refrigerators installed on sidewalks, maintained by neighborhood volunteers, and stocked daily with leftovers, prepared meals, and fresh produce. No ID required. No intake form, no questions. You walk up, open the door, and take what you need. The South Seattle Emerald and neighborhood networks across the country have documented the explosive growth of this model. It is filling a specific gap, supplying fresh, real food every day with no bureaucracy. No institutional system has managed to close that gap. Here is the part that should make you genuinely angry. 2023 BMC Public Health Research of Unhoused Adults in Chicago found that only 7 of 20 participants had access to any kitchen facilities. 12 had a can opener. Not 12%, but 12 people out of 20 total. The absence of a kitchen does not inconvenience eating. It restructures the entire economics of survival. A pound of lentils provides 4 complete protein-rich meals for $1.20, documented in Berkeley Food Access Journalism. But lentils require 45 minutes of cooking. Without a kitchen, those 4 meals vanish, and the man is forced into the convenience store where the equivalent calories cost 5 times as much and deliver a fraction of the nutrition. The poverty is not only in the wallet, it is in the infrastructure. Infrastructure was stripped from these communities by the same policies that stripped the grocery stores, the hospitals, the housing, and the generational wealth. The Hope Home study found that depressive symptoms tripled the odds of very low food security among homeless adults. Untreated dental disease more than doubled those odds, because you cannot eat beef jerky with an infected jaw. The barriers multiply each other. No kitchen, no teeth, no address, no SNAP eligibility for hot food in most states, no refrigeration, no can opener. Every barrier compounds the last one until the architecture of obstacles becomes nearly impossible to escape. And if you have ever quietly wondered whether you were one real emergency, one job loss, one medical bill, one eviction away from that curb, hear this: you are not broken. You were never broken. The system was not designed to catch you. It was designed to extract from you. And when nothing was left to extract, to discard you and blame you for landing where it dropped you. The man surviving on hackberries and donated bagels and gas station ramen is not a cautionary tale. He is a logistician. He is a forager. He is working a survival problem in real time, every hour, with fewer resources than most people bring to deciding what to order for lunch. He deserves to be seen with clear eyes. If this video is changing the way you see the curb, the can, and the system that built both of them, hit the like button right now. It costs you nothing, and it means everything to this work. These men are not waiting to be saved. They are already saving themselves every single day with 25 foods and the hard-won intelligence of people the world taught itself not to look at. What they have always been waiting for is for the rest of us to stop looking away long enough to understand what we are actually seeing. The knowledge of how to survive was never lost. It was never given to them in the first place. This channel exists to investigate the stories that the comfortable world has decided are not worth examining. Next week, we go deeper into the food desert pipeline, how redlining created the neighborhoods, how the neighborhoods created the poverty, and how the poverty created the streets. Subscribe now so you do not miss it, and drop a comment below telling us what story you want us to investigate next, because there is far more here than any single video can hold.